Stay tuned. We will start the Boss Health Matters podcast shortly. Please go and like, share, and subscribe to help us reach more people. If you have any questions or answer, you can text or call 1-855-NOW-BOSS, 1-855-669-2677.
Opening up the phone lines. Let's see who's on the other end.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for the next available representative.
Opening up the phone lines. Let's see who's on the other end.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for the next available representative.
Stay tuned. We will start the Boss Health Matters podcast shortly. Please go and like, share, and subscribe to help us reach more people. If you have any questions or answer, you can text or call 1-855-NOW-BOSS, 1-855-669-2677.
This is the Boss Health Matters podcast, where the body is the boardroom, the soul runs the company, and the divine is the CEO. We don't guess, we detect and correct. You're tuned into the Boss Health Matters podcast. The body is the boardroom, and the soul runs the company, and the divine is the CEO. If we don't manage our body, somebody else will. And we'll get billed for it. Boss Health Matters was made for people who have been lied to, brushed off, and told just to live with it. If the divine aligned you to hear this, you're not here by accident. We don't guess here about health. We detect and correct it. Stop running to medicine when what's really needed is you need to fire the current management and hire soul management. We're live right now, and I cannot get into the phone app for some reason. And we're going to keep it that way for this show. But if you do have a question for our guest, it is 1-855-NOW-BOSS. That's 1-855-NOW-BOSS. For this show, we're going to be taking questions afterwards, and we'll post them in the chat for you to get your answers. But tonight, we're going to be spotlighting a powerhouse who reaches light with wellness around the world, even on the political stage, Miss Charity Owens. She is a founder of a holistic wellness enterprise, an advocate for community-based health empowerment, a candidate and a voice for change, and in her political field, a survivor thriver who turned her own challenges into a movement. Let's welcome Charity to the boardroom. Boss Health Matters is the place where the journey starts. Hey, Charity, how's it going?
Oh, it's going absolutely awesome, especially now that I have your audience and you've invited me into your space. Thank you for having me today.
That's cool. That's cool. So, like, every boss has a backstory. What made you passionate about healing and holistic health?
Okay, well, the fact that I haven't been able to get the proper understanding growing up, right? Parents, they, we're Southerners in South Carolina, Georgia, and I didn't get that education. And so I had to look within myself, look in the books to see what's the best way moving forward so that I wouldn't have these underlying conditions that my ancestors and current parents and grandparents have had. Um, I like longevity. I want to live for a really long time. And I know that taking medicine to cure one disease or to offset one disease is never good for the body, and that we can find those same remedies within holistic foods and herbs.
That's great. How does your personal wellness practice align with how you lead and serve?
Okay. Well, I am a person that I show first, right? If I'm eating watermelon throughout the day to hydrate my body or to flush my body out to give myself a natural enema or cleansing of my colon, then quite naturally, when I hear someone else has that issue, that is what I suggest, right? And so I am a person that always thinks that you need to listen to your body, make sure that once it speaks to you, that you react in the proper way and in a expedient manner. And so if I take that within myself, I quite naturally give it to other people when they're asking for advice on whatever lifestyle that they may live. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It does make sense because when I scan people, I see how stress from like politics or business shows up in their body. And did you ever feel that connection yourself?
Yeah, um, absolutely. You know, I would for a long time, I was thinking that it's the more hours that you put in is what will give you a direct response of how successful you are, right? And so that paired with having young children, I would barely sleep. Um, and it affected me on so many levels, right? Me skipping sleep for days, trying to get deadlines in, going and taking care of the elderly, as well as spending nights and days making phone calls and knocking on doors during my political area. Um, Now I realize that, you know, getting plenty of rest, right, it doesn't stop your progress. Um, as a matter of fact, it makes you better at what you do, right? Taking naps, making sure that your body is taking in the correct foods will only make you stronger. Sometimes we skip, cooking or skip, uh, or it's easier to go and get those fast food restaurants, those fast food meals because you're having to work. You're always on the go, right? But in all actuality, not going any faster, right? Life isn't leaving you by taking care of yourself, by taking the time to take care of yourself, to make sure that your intake, your food's intake is proper and you're getting the proper rest.
Yeah, 100%. And shameless plug, I did do a scan with you, and
Yeah,
hopefully you can tell the public later on if you're interested on um,
absolutely.
what you thought of it. But I want to talk more about you as the businesswoman. So tell us about your company and what problem are you trying to solve?
Well, Walker Investment Financial Services, we help those that can't help themselves. I mean, just for the lack of better words. I'll tell you, originally, we were just one little real estate company. Um, we grew from 2020. We had over 120 drivers to help us with our banks and helping people with pre-foreclosures, making sure that they didn't lose their homes, right? And so we expanded from there. We went into healthcare. Um, I had no idea that it would change my life the way that it did. Truly, it just gave me more meaning. Just was able to help the elderly and help the disabled children in our area. Um, And that's what we do. Right now, we have over 100, 120 caregivers in Beaufort County, Jasper County, and Carlton, within that South Carolina Beaufort area, Hilton Head. And we're out 40 hours a week, 40 plus hours a week, each one of those people. Sometimes they do part-time, but we're just serving the community. And to be honest with you, the majority of the community that we serve are Medicaid clients, right? We have a lot of big companies. We're a big company as well. ComForCare of Hilton Head. We have over 300, 400 locations throughout America and Canada, franchises, right? So we're just one little small portion of that. And other franchises such as ours, they only cater to the wealthy, right? Those who are able to pay $35 an hour for care. Meanwhile, we have a gap in care. We have the elderly who was never able to afford health care out of their pocket. Now they can't take care of themselves, right? Now they can't get up and feed themselves or wash or even remember to take their medications. And so that's where we're filling in that gap, right? We're sending people that aren't able to pay out of their pocket, and we're making sure that particular sector demographics of our community is taken care of and is reinforced.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And providing services to seniors that can't afford it. I love to know more about that model, but what is the hardest part about building that health brand while serving in leadership?
Well, truly, it's just making sure that we're maintaining good care, right, across the board. I have a personal responsibility. My team has a personal responsibility for every single senior that we bring on to make sure that they're taken care of, right? That means that sometimes we may have a parent to go out of town, right? And we've ran out in hours. How do we maintain this care and we're not getting paid? Right. And so it's making sacrifices, it's making sure that the caregivers are actually going to work and doing their job. During my run, I had some untrustworthy staff. And so there were some things that kind of got pushed out of place in regards to our service. And once we realized that, we made sure to the ones that really did not care, right? We have an epidemic in the care world, and that is caregivers that don't care. I don't understand it. We have people who will go into the homes and not really do their job. And so I have to, number one, make sure that the staff is doing what needs to be done to make sure that these people are actually taken care of and that the clients are satisfied and healthy and thriving, right? We want to be here for the end of your life, and we want to make sure that we extend that as much as possible. 30% of the people that go into long-term care facilities die within the first year, right? Yes. Yeah. And so we are actively helping the community extend its longevity, expand its lifespan. It is a proven fact. If you look it up, Google it. The people that choose to transition in their home within their space live longer. And so we are praying that we're making that impact on the world and on our community by just giving good care, right? That's my main concern, is that even if we only have one client, we have to make sure that she doesn't fall on our clock, right? We have to make sure that they're eating and that they're taking care of their medication. And I can't reinforce that enough, that, each and every one of our people is our responsibility.
Wow, you said a lot of things there I want to kind of dive into a little bit. Finding good help is definitely a virtue that we always have to be vetting. But how do you keep faith and values aligned in the middle of the business and with public life and with keeping people that are aligned?
Well, I believe it's culture, right? You have smaller companies that they have a one-man team, and or two-man, the boss and the manager, right, or the assistant. But when you get 100 plus, right, 50 plus, you have to have some type of structure, right, and it starts from the head up. Right. And so if I am accountable for everything that I am tasked for, then I expect for my manager, I respect for my call person, or even the caregivers to understand what we stand for. And that starts from making things very clear in the beginning, right? When you come here, you need to be dressed properly. You need to be following the care plan. It comes with constant training and constant realignment, right? We're all humans, and we expect for people to make mistakes, but also it's a character thing, right? Don't have good character, then you just don't belong on our team at all, right? And it goes back to the culture, right? Just having balanced, honest character where you know from right from wrong. You can't clock into these people's home and then drive off, right? We've had these type of issues, and we have to make sure to weed these people out. And so I give my managerial team specific tasks to make sure that everyone is being held accountable within their departments, making sure that we're watching the caregivers, and that we're doing survey calls to make sure that the clients are happy and that they don't need anything.
Well, that's
And
really cool.
from you, sorry.
You definitely got some systems in place to safeguard, our mothers and fathers and uncles and aunts, and I really appreciate that. Um, if anybody does have a question for Charity on how maybe they can get their loved ones some help and care that they need, because they've been looking for some help and maybe didn't think that they couldn't afford it, talk to Charity. How can they get a hold of you, Charity?
Yeah, so you can call us. You can call my cell phone, the office line, 843-505-7887, and we'll get you to the person that you need to talk to in order to make sure that that you're getting the help that you need. And I am one of those people, right? I answer the phone. I'm available 24/7. People say, don't do that. Why are you answering the phone 24 hours a day? It's because this is what I signed up for, right? This is my life. This is my lifestyle. I am in healthcare, and when it's not a time, right? It's not a time where people get sick or fall, or tell us that, hey, we need you to call an ambulance for us, because sometimes they call us before they call 911. Right. And so we have to make sure that we're there for them, because that's what we sign up for.
Well, that's really cool. And this is the kind of leadership that our community needs. People who just don't talk about health, but actually live it and make sure that you get the same care too. So let's move on to the next segment here, the politician and public servant. So you said that you stepped into the political arena. What inspired that?
Healthcare. um, you know, um, and we're in this crisis right now with Donald Trump and Project 2025, and them trying to gut Medicaid and Medicare, and that was my whole thing, my whole spiel, right? That millions of dollars are being blocked for our communities because they don't want to bring in those extra funds. They're turning away millions of dollars a year, and so making sure that my clients didn't have to go to Charleston, right, which is an hour and a half away, or Savannah, which is 45 minutes to an hour away, just to receive specialty care, right? 65% of my district was 65 and up. And so a huge portion of my district needed that specialty care, needed emergency urgent care centers. We did not have that at the time. I would like to say that I made a change, right? Because the current representative is now building a hospital right in the middle of our district to support those urgent care needs that we may have. Imagine being 65 and all of a sudden you feel a heart attack coming on or a stroke or something. Like, now you're going to have to drive 40 minutes away to get to the nearest hospital. That just, some things don't make sense. And so we have to make sure that our district was aligned with our needs, right? That we had everything that we need. We're paying taxes. That means that we need to have enough hospitals to support our demographics and our constituents.
100% know all about budgets and stuff. And when you already have systems going and it's already been funded and the funding gets pulled, people are wondering, how to make ends meet, right? Here in Toronto, we used to have a holistic hospital, and the holistic hospital, definitely would help, but they closed it down because I guess they weren't pushing, all those medications and stuff like that. And they weren't making much money from the holistic side of things. But do you believe holistic health has a place in the policy? Because, RFK is definitely pushing that into policy.
Absolutely. I mentioned Project 2025. I mentioned Donald Trump, but truly I am a middle common sense type of person, right? If it makes sense, we need it in there. And it has been proven throughout the years, centuries, first and foremost, that these are where these drugs derive from, right? They're pulling different molecules from different type of plants, extracting different things to make sure that they put those in the medications just so that we can be healthy. But what if we were to just take those pure roots, right, and integrate it into our lifestyle? It would save us so much money. It would save like you said, the budget, right? We're not spending so much on pharmaceuticals, right? We don't have to roll back money for diabetes medications because we're supplementing those medications for natural herbs, right? We're helping the farmers. It's helping in so many different ways in regards to our economy. And so if we were to take a step back and say, okay, what's the root of these issues? The first root of the issues is that our food is unhealthy, right? Our intake, we're eating the wrong proportions. We're overeating. The majority of the people in America are obese. If you were to go to France, everyone's thin, right? And you come to Thailand, where I'm at now, everyone's thin. It's because they walk, they eat different type of foods. And so there are a lot of things that we could integrate within our budget, within politics, to make sure that America's being run correctly, right? And not just being force-fed McDonald's because it's easier. So yeah, I think it would benefit everyone if we were.
Yeah, it's not like we can be like Donald Trump and just show up at McDonald's and work for one day and get reelected, right? But if you could introduce one health initiative tomorrow that would transform your district, all of your franchisee locations, what would it be?
I would say, oh my gosh, it's so many that I could think of. I would say Clean Water Act, to make sure that all of the water it doesn't have all of these cancerous toxins, etc. We could talk about healthcare for everyone, right? I believe, does Canada do healthcare for everyone?
We definitely do, but it definitely needs some work.
I'm sure. I'm sure, but it should be a start, right? Where we can have basic health care for everyone. Um, so many things, such as if we're having to pay for insurance, why are we paying thousands of dollars monthly for insurance that we're required to pay? And so those funds could go towards healthier foods, right? And so we're backwards in a lot of ways. Um, Clean air initiative to make sure that there's not toxins in the air and we're not polluting more than we already have. It's so many things that we could name right now that could help us health wise.
Definitely, I'm gonna sit on that and I'm gonna see. Hello,
Hello.
got a gift there.
Sorry.
Definitely, I'm gonna sit on that and see if there's anything else that I can get you to come up with to make an initiative. But Charity, you've shown us that what a servant leadership looks like, and I really like that. And out of all of the intakes that you've done, I would say, let's say in the last year, what do you think is the number one thing that a senior needs to know right now that they don't know?
The number one thing that a senior needs to know, they need to start now. Now is the time. We have to take control of our health, right? We can't wait until we have an early onset. We have to get a scan, right? A scan by Boss Health Matters to see exactly, or go to the hospital and get a scan to see exactly where we could improve on. If we could take control of our health, it would save us a ton of money that would cost us later on, including our life.
And I'm gonna definitely add that if we put a little bit more into the children that are right beside Charity, we can instill into them now what would they need to do. So when it comes time when they're a senior, they won't have to know who to call. They already be in Charity's system. So thank you so much, Charity, for coming on and letting us
know having me.
About what you do and where you do it and how our seniors, our moms, our dads, uncles, and aunts can get help. And if anybody does have a question for her at any time, you can reach out to me. We'll put her contact details in the details of the show, the description of the show. But yeah, we're definitely bring you back on anytime you have anything going on with your business. You got something going on, please share it with us so we can let the public know.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. And can't wait to talk to you again.
Alrighty. For the viewers who feel stuck between stress, sickness, and survival, what's your message tonight? Charity delivers her final message, something empowering, that whatever it is, we're here to help. And that's wisdom right there. Health, leadership, and legacy. Awareness without action is wasted faith. The divine designed you to lead, not wait. Manage your body, protect your temple, and live like a boss. Follow Charity Owens and support her movement. If you're here, ready to detect and correct before it's too late, join the Boss Health Circle for $10 a month. Minimum of $10 a month. But yes, I am the Quantum Health Boss, and this is Boss Health Matters podcast. Good night.
Do you feel in tune with your body? Nearly 70% of Americans don't. They say the healthcare system isn't meeting their expectations. Why? Modern medicine often focuses on symptoms, while innovation is slowed by bureaucracy, outdated systems, and cost. Millions of people are looking for empowering solutions that align with the body, rather than override it to support a longer, more vibrant life. Powerful wellness tools are available to help, but few know they exist. They can accurately allow us to assess and understand our body. Your body is composed of trillions of vibrating cells constantly communicating via subtle frequencies, just like satellite systems, Wi-Fi, and radio waves. These communication signals are part of your natural biofield, but daily exposure to environmental stressors, technology, and emotional pressure can influence those frequencies. This interference may affect how you feel, focus, and function. Supporting your body's natural frequency patterns may help you reconnect with clarity, calm, and balance. The question is, how can you tune into those patterns and learn from them? The answer is in the palm of your hand. Meet AO Scan technology. AO Scan is an advanced wellness program that simply helps support a healthy biofield. Using proprietary algorithms and a library of frequency blueprints, the AO Scan identifies variances and delivers supportive frequencies designed to encourage balance and harmony. What can AO Scan do for you? Here are just a few unique tools inside the system. Let's start with our most popular module, Cephi. Need support with energy, focus, or restful sleep? Cephi, or Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter, helps you broadcast or imprint subtle frequencies aligned with your personal wellness goals. Choose from thousands of frequency playlists designed to support mental clarity, emotional ease, seasonal transitions, and more. Let's move to another powerful module within the AO Scan, Inner Voice. Your voice reveals more than words. It reflects your current energetic and emotional tone. Inner Voice records a 10-second voice sample and uses sound harmonization to create custom audio tracks that promote emotional awareness and inner calm. These tones incorporate elements like binaural beats, harmonics, and color suggestions for a multi-sensory wellness experience. Listen a few times a day to help cultivate presence, confidence, and emotional clarity. Up next, we have vitals, body systems, and comprehensive scans. These features offer a deeper look at your body's energetic patterns. Using blueprint frequencies, you can explore insights related to common themes such as energy flow, stress response, or physical resilience. Vitals gives a quick snapshot of frequency trends across multiple energetic themes. Body Systems maps frequency patterns associated with different functional systems. Comprehensive explores even more layers of vibrational data tied to organs, bones, and cells, offering expanded insight into your energetic profile. Next is Easy Scan. In just 6 minutes, Easy Scan combines 3 powerful features: Inner Voice, Vitals, and Comprehensive into one seamless experience. It delivers a unified frequency-based report that helps you explore and understand your current energetic state and how to support it through daily practices. Feeling unfocused or ungrounded? Try Quick Scan. It offers short wellness experiences throughout your day. Choose sessions like Supercharger, Relax, Grounding, or Focus. Each one is designed to support your mood and mindset. Last, but far from least, is AO MindSync. AO MindSync lets you record and customize powerful affirmations in your own voice. Combine tones, music, and emotional intent into a guided listening experience that helps reinforce your mindset and personal goals. All of these features, and many more, are designed to help you reconnect, realign, and restore balance to your biofield. As Albert Einstein said, "The future of medicine is frequency. That future is closer than you think. It's already in your hands." Welcome to Possibility. Welcome to AO Scan,